Okay, problem number 1. We have the Browns are moving across the country. Mr. Brown leaves 2.5 hours before Mrs. Brown. If he averages 75 miles per hour and she averages 85 miles per hour, how many hours will it take Mr. Brown to catch up to, how many hours will it take Mrs. Brown to catch up to Mr. Brown? Okay, so right away, with the information that they've given us, we need to understand that we're going to be using distance equation. And so I'm going to write D equal S times T, so speed times time. And here's the image that we want to get. Mr. Brown leaves first, and he is driving for 2.5 hours, at which point Mrs. Brown starts her trip. Okay? So he was already gone for 2.5 hours, and then she's driving faster, so she eventually is going to catch up with him. Okay? So he is driving the same time she is driving. So at this point is when she starts back here, and at some point they're going to get to a time where they both reach the same point. Okay? So we know that his speed was 75 miles per hour and hers is 85. We need to know how long is it going to take her to catch up to him. So right now, he was driving for 2.5 hours and he drives another X hours. This time frame, he has gone a shorter distance than she's gone in the same time because she's driving faster. So their distances are going to be the same, their speeds are different. So we get a distance formula, which is equal speed times time. So for Mr. Brown, his speed is 75 times his time, which is 2.5 plus X. He has two parts. He was driving first, and then he went another distance. So 2.5 plus X, because he drove additional time, which we don't know that time length. Okay, Mrs. Brown, she started out driving 85 miles per hour, and her time is just X. She started 2.5 hours after him, so this time length is the same as this time length, and so it's just X. And these two distances, as you can see from the drawing, will be the same. Eventually they're going to catch up to one another. And we're going to set these two equal to each other to solve this problem, to find the number of hours. So we have 75 times 2.5 plus X equals 85X. We have to distribute, use the distributive property. And I'll pull up our little calculator just to kind of speed things up. And so I'm going to distribute and do 75 times 2.5, and we get 187.5. And then plus 75X, and that equals to 85X. Okay, so now to solve, we're going to combine the X terms. So we're going to subtract 75X so that we can move it over here with the 85. And positive and negative 75 will cancel, leaving us with 187.5 equals 85 minus 75 leaves us with the 10X. So last step we need to do is divide by 10 on both sides. And dividing by 10 will leave us with X equals, and 187.5 divided by 10 gives us 18.75. And this is hours. So 18, almost 19 hours later, she will catch up with him. It's a long drive.